Alright folks, I am just pulling out of my complex here as I make the drive from just outside Seattle to Glacier National Park in Montana. Thought I'd do something a little different this time and document the trip to the park because frankly that's part of the fun. So it's about 8 o'clock right now, so I'm going to drive through the night and get there in the morning to the ranger station and get my permits and everything set up so I can spend a couple nights backpacking through the backcountry. So you know, I'm going to kind of do a few things along the way. Hopefully you enjoy. Alright, well it's 5:30 in the morning. I just got to the visitor center here, so I can't get my permits or anything for another hour and a half, so now it's time to try to get some sleep, which shouldn't be very hard after being up all that time to get out here, and then we'll figure out permits and stuff, so see what happens in an hour and a half. Okay, well I have gotten my permits to be in the backcountry for the next 3 days, 2 nights. It was a ton of people who were doing the walk-up permit process, and so it took a while, and there's not a lot of options available, but I found a trail that has a loop involved in it. I'm gonna do 7 miles today, I'll do 12 miles tomorrow, and then 7 miles again on Sunday, so 26 total. And so now I've repacked my gear because I had to make a couple adjustments and got some maps and all that stuff, so now I'm going to take off and drive down to the trailhead.
Everybody's coming home for summer, but so feels 1,000 miles away. Yeah. What a feeling, taste the freedom, there with everyone.
Alright, I am officially on the trail now. It took about an hour and a half driving from the gates where I got my permits to get up to the trailhead here, so kind of getting a late start to the day really, but considering I drove all through the night and I'm running on about an hour of sleep, not too bad. So 7 miles up to where I'm gonna camp for the night. It's supposed to be easy. It's only supposed to be like 500 feet gain, so, or like 1,000, so shouldn't be hard. So I'll take it slow and kind of enjoy. So as normal, take some photos and video along the way, and so you can follow along, and hopefully you'll enjoy. Well, it's about 12:30, so I'm stopping for lunch. And I've been awake since Thursday morning at 5:30, so over 30 hours with pretty much 45 minutes of sleep. So I'm gonna try to take a little nap actually. See if that helps give me a little bit more energy, because I probably have at least another 5 miles yet today to do. So see if I can take a little snoozy here.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. And I was running from my brother and his friends, and tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my...
So I made it to camp a few hours ago. Got my tent set up here on the tent spot. Behind me here is the lake that's I'm hiking to for the day. So this is called Lower Quartz Lake, and gonna go to Upper Quartz Lake tomorrow. Is one of the places. You can see it's pretty. It's got a good view just right down from my tent, so it's pretty good. Took a nap as soon as I got my tent set up, so feeling a little bit better now after doing that. So like I said, 7 miles this morning. So we'll do another 12 tomorrow. The big circle essentially tomorrow, and hit 3 different lakes in the process, and then back here again, and then out on Sunday. So it's beautiful weather or day right now. The weather is fantastic. The sun's still shining, but the temperature is just perfect. So I'm gonna go get something to drink and kind of sit and just enjoy the outdoors and without having to move. So I'll see you guys later.
We buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown. But I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make.
Good morning. I have just left camp for the day. I'm going to go to Quarts Lake, Middle Quarts Lake, and Bowman Lake all today to check out those. Gonna make a big circle. Essentially, I don't know if you can see kind of behind me. There's the Lower Quartz Lake behind me. That's where I was at last night. Like I said, a big circle, and it's about 13 miles, and then I'm gonna actually camp right back in the same space that I was in last night, and then get up Sunday and heck out. So the mosquitoes are pretty vicious in here, but hopefully, right now anyways, it's cold enough and they're not out yet. But and the forecast is calling for it to stay overcast all day, so maybe that'll keep them away a little bit, which would be nice. So we'll see how the day goes.
I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answers, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real when we watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, too early to drink beer. I don't know, and I don't care. When a girl walks by in a two-piece, is it impolite to stare? I don't know.
Well, I've been hiking for a couple hours now, and I went past Quarts Lake, and I'm on my way to Bowman Lake, and I must say this is maybe the most beautiful part of the hike so far. This forest that I've been kind of walking through up on this ridge line, and the sun's out and the temperature is not hot. There's a little breeze. It's super pleasant, and this is the part of the trip so you're always like, oh yeah, it's even though there's not like that view or something like that, there's just this beautiful walk in here, so it's been really enjoyable so far.
Oh, you think they're fake?
You mean those right there? Hell, I don't know.
And I don't care. Do you want the blonde or the brunette, or the one with the long red hair?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm back in my tent
for another night. Did 13 miles today up to a couple different lakes and then back into the same camp area that I've been in. Had dinner and did all that kind of stuff and kind of got things squared away for tomorrow. Supposed to get some rain coming here shortly, so decided to get into my tent and kind of make sure everything's secured before that hits. So hopefully it's not too bad and the rain kind of is light for the evening, so I don't have to deal with the wet stuff tomorrow. So then tomorrow it's just straight down the trail, 7 miles, kind of downhill, and then to the car, drive myself back to the park entrance, and then off to Seattle. So 7 more miles to go, and this journey in terms of hiking is complete, and only 9 more hours after that of driving, and the journey is finally done.
I don't know how long a man can live on beer. Man, I don't know where I left my phone. I don't know when we're going home. I don't know
If I still got a job up there, and I don't care. I don't care. I don't.
Alright, good morning. It is about 8:30 here in Glacier. I got up at 5 and left camp at 6 to hike out to the car so I can make my way back. Didn't shoot a lot of video or take a lot of photos because I'm in prime bear country and I was a little more concerned about making sure bears knew where I was and could hear me and everything, so that way we didn't have any problems. So back at the car now. I'm gonna get changed and start the trek back. Another 9.5, 10 hours of driving today, and then I'll be home. Thanks for following along today.
These days are easy, they come to life. These colors bright and they all are mine. I only move in a lover's march. My only grief is
Well, I just made it back home. It is just before 6 o'clock. So many miles later, I'm finally back home. One thing I forgot to share earlier today, but thought I would before finishing off the trip, was I was reading this book while I was hiking because I was afraid of the rain was going to pin me down. So I picked up a book at the bookstore gift shop before the hike, and it's called Death in Glacier National Park. This guy chronicles all of the folks who died through various causes while in the park. Maybe not the best choices of books to read when you're hiking by yourself, but there's some interesting stuff in there, so I thought I'd pass that along. So have a great rest of your day.